Welcome back. So we've planned a trip on budget, booked our tickets early, got the proper insurance, and packed our bags. So now, where are we going? Catherine and her team at CAA have put together a list of their top destinations that you should consider. Our first destination is Vietnam. Catherine, and why is that a good place to visit on a budget?
Well, Vietnam is ticking off a lot of boxes for our travelers. It's exotic, it's an affordable Southeast Asian country, it has diverse culture, geography, and it has great and friendly people, very good food as well, and our dollar does go a long way there. A guided tour, maybe 8 to 12 days, will take you through most of the country, and you'll be able to see most of the attractions and sites. Having a guided tour with a guide who speaks English helps navigate your accommodations, what you're seeing, so you don't have your nose in a tour book all the time, get you in pre-planned entrance fees, and make sure that you do get the best out of your dollars spent.
Natalie, you've been to Vietnam.
Yes, but not since I went with a backpack, which was a very long time ago. Yes, but to your point, I mean, it's one of the places that the Canadian dollar stretches very far, and everything you said about the destination is fantastic. It's a beautiful, beautiful place, and I highly recommend going.
The next destination on a budget is Portugal. I've been to Portugal. It was great.
You love it?
I'm not sure I would consider it very budget friendly. At least we were there, I think, 2018, 2017.
Okay. Well, it is still one of the, even though they are with Euro, they do work with the Euro, so that does, of course, impact the budget that way. But their cost of living is still quite affordable. So this is one of the places that Doug was kind of referring to, where you could get an apartment-style accommodation and bring in maybe your breakfast or lunch. You can go shop locally, rent a car. The roads are very navigable. It's easy to get around. No? and wintertime along the Algarve is mild. You're not really swimming in the ocean, but you're enjoying an ocean climate. We are looking for some alternatives to Florida and Arizona, and getting away from the US dollar a bit too.
I have to tell you a little bit about the roads, some of which are very, very old and navigable. And I remember we rented a deux chevaux, and they forgot to tell us that there was a problem putting it in reverse.
Oh.
A well-known problem. We loved it. It was a fabulous place. So I can certainly see why it is on your recommended destinations.
It's wine and seafood, you can't go wrong.
Sure. Portugal's I've always referred to it as the Canada of Europe.
Oh, okay.
Because everyone's just so sensible.
No, you're completely right.
They're sensible, and they're straightforward and friendly, and it just,
And to your point, a meal, you can get local wine. People often forget about the Portuguese wine culture.
Lovely.
It's fantastic. The wine there's
€2
so
glass.
The Douro region sherry.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Lovely.
Porto.
Porto. Yeah. I love Porto too.
Yeah, you see someone catch a fish, you pick one, and you get some house wine, and there's your dinner.
Delicious.
Yes.
And octopus and sardines.
Ooh, yum.
Oh, very nice.
Okay.
Now we're getting hungry.
Next, we have Mexico. Why is Mexico popular? And when you say Mexico, that's a very big place.
It's a large country. You have the Caribbean, Atlantic, and the Pacific Oceans. But I'm referring mainly to an all-inclusive vacation where it's an affordable holiday where people can book that in advance. And it is family-friendly. There's great beaches and activities. So if you're traveling with your family, you're maybe looking for a kids club, or you're looking for some spa, but you also have great history, day trips to Chichen Itza, or shopping, scuba diving, snorkeling. It really has everything. And it just is a place where destination weddings are being held, multi-generational family travel, go celebrate grandma's 80th, or in lieu of Christmas gifts. We're seeing so many families doing that now. We're all gonna go away on a vacation.
Catherine, tell me about the Dominican Republic.
So very similar style to Mexico, but with still a Spanish flair. It's very economical vacations. Again, Families love to travel there. I find a lot of honeymooners because they have a lot of adults-only properties with the swim-up pools. You get the room service, so you have that, that downtime after your, maybe the big hoopla of a wedding going on. And it's easy to get there. It's so easy to get there. And they love Canadians. It's the food and golf courses and spa facilities are great.
And it was interesting, it depends exactly when you're going, because one of the things that I noticed is that the rainy season is kind of different in some of those destinations where you want to be just catching some rays.
You do always have to pay attention to that. And now sometimes, unexpected happens. But yeah, once you hit late spring and after Easter, you may get into some rainy season, and then mid-fall as well. And typical hurricane season, we might say now, we used to say December to June, but now it's probably October.
Yeah, September.
Everything changes.
And Costa Rica.
Yeah, so again, another alternative for snowbirds. You're not now dealing with the US dollar. Again, a very safe and comfortable country in Central America, Pacific and Caribbean oceans. You can get long-term stays with self-keeping accommodations, food and drink. You do have all-inclusive resorts. You have apartment-style hotels as well. And it's just diverse culture. So you've got rainforests, unique and wonderful wildlife in the ocean and on land. There's a lot to do, and people love it for hiking and biking, surfing. So any type of enthusiast can find something to do there for sure.
Yeah, big flora and fauna place, and you were there.
I was there so my parents and myself and my children went down last February for the whole month.
Great.
And we're gonna do it again this
lovely.
year because we just loved it so much. There were lots of people, there were lots of boomers that were there.
Absolutely.
Lots of Canadians that were there. It felt safe, it felt friendly. The food was phenomenal. So, as you said, we had the kitchen, so we could cook. And then if we wanted to go out, we could go to a taco truck, or we could go find, we knew which days the fresh catch came in at which restaurants.
Wow.
Once we figured that out. So, it's fantastic. My parents loved it and said, okay, let's do it again next year. And it was just such a fantastic destination. I highly, highly recommend
And all the
that.
wild animals.
There were monkeys
yeah.
outside.
It's
My kids
really
got
nice.
over it, They were really excited. Oh, monkey, monkey. By the end, they were like,
You have to just keep
another
shutting the
monkey.
door so
Yeah,
the
make
monkeys
sure
don't
it
get
doesn't
in.
steal your food.
Yeah, well, that was the only.
Yes, the iguanas do that.
Iguanas do that too. Yeah, yeah.
Birds.
Iguanas do that.
Oh yes,
yeah.
you'd be sitting in your lounge chair and you'll hear a rustling and they're in your bag.
Yeah.
And it's not like carrying a toy poodle. in
Oh,
your
they're the
bag?
size of dogs.
No, they're massive.
big.
They're really, really big.
big.
Yeah.
Okay. When we come back, final thoughts from our panelists. That's next.